defended well. Coldstream would be very disappointed, used the ball poorly when they went forward.
So Clayton to get this second quarter underway. Forest Hill through the fingers of Denham. Jaya Singh swoops onto the ball, gets it down now here to Denham. Quick hands to Maguire, and on now here to Ziegerink. His kick down towards half forward flank. And Forest Hill gather it in. Here's Jaya Singh. Turns around, kicks this one in towards the forward pocket. Beautiful spoil from behind by Kerr. And the ball just remains inside of play, and allowing a tackle there was Rafferty. Will have a ball up.
Should have done better there, Gibbons. He probably should have taken that mark.
Yeah, I would have expected, with his strength, especially overhead, I thought he would have taken that one as well.
Maybe the ball's too soft.
It's gone the other way. Pendulum swung right the other way, as we'll have a ball up. Clayton wins the tap down. Coldstream trying to work this one out of the pack. They finally do so. That's hands over the top of Denham. Getting tackled there, strongly tackled with Cesare, and the Forest Hill have won a free kick. Great tackle there from Ziegerink.
That was a sensational tackle.
And he'll take the kick about 80 metres out of the right-hand side of your screen if you're watching at home. As Carnelli looking for the mark and collected the Coldstream player instead. That'll go over for a boundary throw-in.
He just ended his wrestling match, and then suddenly the ball was in his around his stomach, and he dropped it.
He'd be really disappointed because I know he loves to kick a goal, and yeah, they look dangerous when they go forward, don't they, Forest Hill, at the moment?
So Julian tried to win the ruck contest. Jaya Singh dives right in and won himself a free kick in the process. I thought he didn't get a little assist on the way in, but that was just his own volition as we have a look at the replay.
Rafferty sat on him, really, because he had to.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Just seeing at the end of the vision. So Jaya Singh is going to line up from 50, acute angle, and his chance to put his club up by another 6 points. So he moves in to take this one for Forest Hill. Already kicked 3 straight. And sprays this one well wide. It's out of bounds on the full, and someone better be sponsored by Windscreens O'Brien because it landed right on that Aldi over there. It's 3 straight 18 Forest Hill, Coldstream 139 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
No, that's your dictator's Merc, that one. The old school Merc, that one. As the ball comes out for Coldstream. Big fly and a mark! Odermatt, he's made his way from half forward and he takes a specky. He had the ride and the jukes were good. He gets it to the wing where they're off now through Carrigan. Carrigan got the hand pass assist, put the ball into half forward. Spilt mark by Creek in defence. Allows Forest Hill to get some numbers around the contest. Carrigan gets onto the ball again, but it's a holding decision off the ball that Zebras are thankful for. So they were under a heap of pressure there. The pass didn't stick into half forward.
No, it was definitely a good piece of play, though, by Coldstream. Just a shame they could not onto the grab.
So they're mucking around a little bit. Forest Hill trying to clear the defence. Clayton takes the mark and is quickly running on. Goes through the centre of the ground. He just puts a big kick in. Didn't direct it to anyone in particular. Cardamone wasn't suited, but now there's going to be a turnaround free kick. Is there? No, the umpire is bringing the Forest Hill player back behind the mark. And now he's having so many discussions, he's confused all the players out there. So it's a mark at centre-half back, which Forest Hill load up through to centre-half forward. It's a push and shove contest, and it'll go against Forest Hill as Gillian, he was just trying to get his way in position. And the umpires, again, they're sticklers for going behind your mark, as Verstegen, running off half-back, was going to run into his forward 50. Now, anyway, it's going to work out nicely as Dickinson takes it at half forward. He's on the gallop, spears it into Odermatt, and he's a good mark. It's a great display by Odermatt on the lead. His short pass just is a little bit too short. So the picked up now by Cecile, gets it around the corner, and again, it doesn't get enough distance on it, so Forest Hill can take the mark in defence. The clearing kick will find its way to Ziegerink, who had a bit of pressure as Cronin tried to mark it in front of him. Dangerous kick into the corridor, might be turned over if Palmer's not up to it, but Palmer shows good poise. Now they're still under a heap of pressure. Hand pass just gets out in time. Now picked up by Ziegerink, who's trying to push his way out of every tackle he gets himself into. Forest Hill are under pressure, and now the umpire says it's holding the ball. If none of the first few weren't, finally Craig will get the free kick at centre forward.
That is bizarre, because I thought the other one definitely was, and that one probably wasn't. But
and a short pass finds the target inside 50, and they'll have another set shot at goal, and maybe this time Coldstream will convert. So we're looking at Cecile James, who's kicked 10 goals this year, and he will be lining up from 40 metres out, pretty much straight in front. He'll put it towards the goals. It's right post, drifting further right, and a minus score. So Coldstream not converting inside 50, a 1-4-10, and they trail Forest Hill 3 straight 18.
I think Odermatt's become a lot more dangerous when he's up for, when he's moving, so I think he's been told to get on his bike because he should be able to outrun any centre half back.
So the kick in from Creek, Palmer's the target, couldn't take the mark, spelled down there by Verstegen. Players collide, and we will have a ball up just on the half-forward flank in front of the kicking end of Coldstream. 1-4-10 plays 3 straight in favour of Forest Hill so far, if you've just tuned in. As that ruck, I was going to say ruck, well, what sport are we playing here? The Wallabies and the All Blacks? And we'll have another ball up.
I hope not, because we'll be seeing it out of bounds plenty of times.
No, absolutely. It'll be just aerial ping pong. As Cardamone trying to swoop onto the ball, and we'll have take number 3 on the ball up as both teams playing an equal amount of pressure here on the 50-metre line. And umpire just settling things down. Ruck contest, one down there by Clayton. Coldstream looking to advance, loose ball. Trying to get to it there was McClellan for Forest Hill. Gets a turnaround shot on goal. It could be a good one. No, it isn't. It's just to the left. And the minors score as Coldstream's run of behinds continues. They're 1-5-11, playing Forest Hill 3 straight 18 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
I'd really like to see Forest Hill not mess around with it like they just did before. That cost them the turnover, so let's be a bit more direct and move that ball forward rather than just handball side to side. It's not a good look.
So it's going to be Healy Rotherham to bring this one back in. His kick up towards Palmer again, and Clayton. Good mark, almost by Clayton. And swooped onto the loose ball now is Tobias Griffin. His kick in short, looking for the target there in Coltrera. He couldn't handle it. Gets tackled for his trouble there by Hodder. And the ball out onto the half-forward flank, and Fisher is there for Forest Hill. His kick up now, and well, it was a poor one as Cesare has taken the mark.
Was that in front of Gillian again?
I guess I believe it was.
He might want to start playing in front, I reckon.
As Price couldn't take the mark, or he gets pushed, in the opinion of the umpire.
Tiggy Touchwood, 25.
And, oh yeah, no, it's not being awarded. Umpire plays play on. Kick across here by Price. Cardamone, the intended target, couldn't take the mark. Won a free kick for his trouble. And you wouldn't be surprised yet again, Mr. Davidson.
Oh, look, I think that was worth it. He was in front. He had got his hands to the football, and he did have his arms chopped. But the interesting one is that Daniel Price is playing as a loose man across the half-back line, and that's probably why when Forest Hill have got the ball and they're looking downfield, that they're going sideways a little bit, because they have got that loose. But he's got to. Let's see if he can kick this one a little bit better than his first two.
So Michael Cardamone already with 2 behind. The kick is so far a good one. It's a very good one. He gets the second goal of the game here for Coldstream, and they move within 1 point of Forest Hill. Forest Hill 3 straight. Coldstream 2-5-17 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard in the second quarter.
Maybe it was just that ball after all, Brad.
Possibility, certainly. Look at it. The first 2 he's kicked, they were terrible. Like, they were 20-metre kicks, whereas that one was a good 35-metre kick. So, yeah, it could very well have been. They're a little bit more fluid as they go forward at the moment, Coldstream, but Price, they can't allow him to be roaming in the back half free.
Walsh is doing the rucking for Coldstream, and now is a free kick going to Forest Hill. It's in the hands of Fisher. Fisher from the centre circle gets it towards Ziggering. It goes over his head, but he'll run onto it, but he's got a heap of pressure on him. He just spoons a hand pass out of it, and it just goes to the Coldstream players. But there's a free kick going to Forest Hill as the tackle turned over a throw, and we'll get a 25-metre penalty as well against Coldstream, so it's going to put them within striking distance, Forest Hill.
They're the ones that hurt. They're the ones you get really angry with as a coach, because there's no need to have given away a 25 there.
So it's Newman who's got the ball, who with his tackle, got awarded a free kick from outside 50, but now within 40 metres, he'll put a low ball in. It'll just get the journey and to get over the hands of the defenders, and the goal umpire comes back to the middle of the goals to signal a goal as Kerr looks on dejected that he couldn't get his hand to it. And Forest Hill converting their opportunities, 4 straight, 24, leading by 7 points. Coldstream at 2-5-17. Ray Baird on the boundary.
Yeah, look, Davo, you'd know as a coach, mate, look, that 25 metre was because the ball wasn't given back to the player after the free kick. Now, that's fundamental stuff that, you know, really upsets a coach.
Oh, exactly, Ray. And as I said, you know, especially when you're giving them now a chance at goal and they score like that. And I thought that was a poor goal line attempt too at stopping the football.
So the ball one down now here by Coldstream is kicked out towards the centre wing in a foot race. And just held in here by Forest Hill, and the kick is sprayed over the boundary line. It's out of bounds on the full.
I'll give the ball back now, shall I?
And going to bring this back in is Verstegen. He goes in short, finds Brown, just 10 metres. And he kicks up now looking for Cesarea. And he plays on. Burst of speed around Pincock, tries to centre the ball, looking for Coltrera, unable to take the mark. There was Dale for Forest Hill, ball on the deck. Diving in there was Davis, laid a good tackle as well, and the ball was held to Edmonds, and we'll get a ball up.
I was just about to say before, when Lockie Craig got the ball in the middle, he had options, but he went to Cardamone, and sometimes when you've got a playing coach, you go to them because of who they are. He was the worst player to go to because he was covered, and sometimes that's where the playing coach, it's a difficult one.
So Walsh won the tap. Forest Hill have won the free kick, ruck infringement. And it's going to be Todd Berger to take it.
That's Sam Gross, that one.
Sorry, Sam Gross, 33 and 36. Blame that on my dyslexia. There's that one mark taken there by Coltrera. He turns around, bombs it in towards goal. And he's put it through. No, he hasn't. I got a little bit ahead of myself there. To the left, Andy Coltrera. That's a minor score. And it's 2-6-18. Plays 4 straight on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Down to Ray Baird, boundary side.
One thing's evident to me between the two sides, boys. Look, Forest Hill are trying to play on, but when they play on, the players they're looking down the field to are standing still, whereas when Coldstream play on, they've got moving targets to hit.
So the ball up there looking for Gross. Knocked down there by Walsh. Coldstream come right back. Here's McCarthy kicking it in, looking for Cecilia, but a mark taken by Edmonds, and he slots it through. Instant reprieve there for Coldstream, having missed the prior opportunity. They are 3-6-24. They now tie the game with Forest Hill, who are 4 straight on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Hurting them around the contest at the moment, Coldstream, and I think one of it's to do with when Zigarink goes off the ball, they lose a bit. When he's on the ball, there's been a definite focus from the Coldstream players to make sure that they know that he knows that they're around, because they've really tackled him hard every single time he's gone to ball because he's such a valuable player.
We'll give credit to McCarthy that he passed it to Mitch Edmonds, and he converted from 5 metres out, as we saw beautiful work on the replay, as you'll be seeing it live, efl.org.au. And another clearance for Coldstream. They go inside 50, trying to feel his way for the ball was Coltrera. He's got some help. It'll come back to him. Now the hand pass over the top. What can Coldstream manufacture? They're going backwards, looking to go forward through Cesare, who nicely dummies his way and spears a pass to Onomats. He just dropped it. He did all the hard work. He got his body in good position in the pack, and he just spilled it, and Forest Hill are reprieved, as there seems to be a head clash for the defender. And we'll just wait whether he can take the free kick. Looks like it's Maguire.
Yeah, Maguire.
Maguire gives it to Pincott. Pincott short, maybe dangerous. Could be a turnover at half forward here for Coldstream. Another chance to load up on the outer side. The runners have got it through to Carrigan. Carrigan loads up a kick, but the defence come in. Well done by Maguire, but buttering up after a head clash. Gets it to Pincock. It goes to the opposite pocket. Now, what can Forest Hill do? They're under a bit of pressure, a bit of poise as the hand pass comes over the top to Walsh. Now this ball spills out of defence beautifully to Zigarink. Tries to get around one. His hand pass has been chopped off. Verstegen's hand pass was a bit soft, so it'll have to be used again, Verstegen, and the short pass finds his teammate into Dickinson. 60 metres out are Coldstream. Left flank.
Forest Hill just needs to keep their feet. They keep going to ground, and Coldstream are keeping their feet, and that's why they keep getting that ball forward.
And it was a congested forward line where Odermatt took the lead. It went over his hat. Cardamone's gone down. Pantomime, theatrics maybe, but he was in the contest as it spilled out of bounds, and he got knocked over like he was a feather. And the umpire didn't fall for that one, said, get up, mate.
That was a bit soccer-esque, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. No penalty. As the ball, here's another whistle. The umpires, is he going to play advantage? Is it Coldstream's free kick? Because it's going to be a goal if it is, as Coldstream runs into the open goal. Everyone's scratching their heads going, why did you pay the free kick, and why is Coldstream running into an open goal?
I think it was for a throw.
Yeah, it was. He went to kick it. It went straight up in the air.
So Coldstream gets the goal and puts Coldstream in front. 4-6-30, leading by 6 behind over Forest Hill 4 straight 24. So it's a good passage of play. Ray Baird.
The free kick was against Lucas Gibbons. Incorrect disposal when he was tackled. But I don't like that advantage rule in that situation. It gives them too much advantage.
Did you think the play stopped, or was it?
Everyone stopped except the Coltrera, and I suppose that's smart play by him.
So Walsh into the ruck here for Coldstream in the second quarter. Ball locked on the deck, picked up here by Dickinson. Quick hands out now here, finds Price. His kick up towards centre half forward. Contest between Odermatt. He wins it. Beautiful mark under pressure there from Fisher. Plays on now, bombs it in, looking there for the leader, Cecilia. And Forest Hill have done well. Taken high though, and was Mowat. And out come Forest Hill. The kick out to now, trying to find Pincott. He turns around, puts a check side kick up towards the wing. Rafferty was the flyer, couldn't win the ball down. Coldstream can though. Odermatt bombs it right back in, looking there for Edmonds, just a little short, and that's going to go over the boundary, and we'll have a throw in.
Alana, just having a look at the way Forest Hill are bringing the ball out of defence, it just seems to be a bomb at the moment. It doesn't seem to be that they're really concentrating on the way they bring the football out. So, you know, that's probably one of the areas that Forest Hill need to improve.
Yeah, definitely, but I think Coldstream have really improved that forward structure and the forward line pressure as well that wasn't really there in the first quarter.
So ball on the deck, McCarthy was the man looking for it. It's gone over the boundary line again as Edmonds leads the tackle, and we'll have a boundary throw it.
Steve, if McCarthy picked it up, he was going to an open goal, wasn't he?
He had as good a chance as Coltrera did just moments ago.
But the rain has been quite persistent lately, so it might be affecting the ball handle.
Indeed, as that ball is held to the chest of Lockie Craig, to Aaron Creek, and we'll have another ball up here. It's going to be a little bit greasy from here on in, and little is just a bit of an understatement as that one knocked down. A ruck infringement here going the way of Coldstream.
I reckon the umpire's seen every infringement today. He hasn't missed one yet.
So
bit of over officiating potentially.
Well, maybe, but at least he's doesn't need glasses. He's picking them out like nobody's business.
So Lockie Craig, the skipper, is going to line up about a 45-degree angle, and a chance here to make it 5 for Coldstream, but rain and wind in between him and the goal square as he lines up now. The kick is up and just through for the minus score, so the inaccuracy continues here for Coldstream. They're 4-7-31 playing Forest Hill, 4 straight 24 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So it's almost getting to driving rain situation now as Pincott will try to get as long as possible. It's a low kick and it suits his teammate. Thankfully, he had Moat in the way to take it at defensive 50 arc. So Moat will load up in, that goes in the centre. It's a big contest and the bodies flew at it and knocked off. It was Hodder, but he showed courage to put his body on the line. And the ball's a big contest in the middle of Coldstream Reserve where Forest Hill through Hodder just gets on the end of a hand pass, puts it on his right boot, puts it to the boundary of the right flank and allows his teammate Gillian to run onto it. He gets tackled as he tries to kick it and he's going to be penalised for incorrect disposal, and Coldstream just be let off the hook there.
Oh, and Scott Reese, who came off on the wrong side of that contest earlier, he's looking very ginger right now.
McInerney takes the kick, pass back to him in the defensive area. He kicks it sideways to Verstegen. What a deceptive kick that was, but it might not come off as he bent it around. Wasn't going to go boundary side, but thankfully Coldstream have got the numbers to win it at half back. Carrigan gets taken high as he took the ball, and he'll settle for a free kick and just take his time. On the left boot from half back, he puts it high in position for Clayton to try to mark, but he spilt it under a heap of pressure from his defender in Berger. And it's come down to the ground. It'll be a ball up half forward for Coldstream.
Darcy Carrigan's been very, very busy today and definitely picked up that rebound ball from halfback line.
Clayton wins the tap down, roving. It's McCarthy, spears the pass in, and it's a mark inside 50. Nicely claimed by Contreras. Contreras just puts it to the goal square, where there's the man, Odermatt, who hasn't dropped a mark today, but then he puts it through, runs into an open goal after taking the overhead, and it's another goal to Coldstream. They've got their mojo going now. It's 5-7-37. They kick out to a 13-point lead as Forest Hill are 4 straight 24.
I think sometimes we forget about Coldstream and we think about him at the base and whatever, and we forget that he won the goal kicking in the A-grade amateurs as a player. His side, he won the A-grade amateur goal kicking 10 years straight. He made the team of the century in the amateurs. He's probably one of the best kicks of a football I've seen. I remember as an 18-year-old, he played in the grand final in the amateurs, and he kicked 5 goals in the first 15 minutes of the grand final until the player came out and made sure his jaw was never in the same place again.
Those are the days.
Look, and he's a super talent. You just watch the way he's smart around the contest at the moment, and really important what he's been doing out there.
Davis gets wrapped up there by Clayton, and we'll have a ball up.
So just one question. Who did he kick all the goals for, Coldstream?
Old Trinity.
Old Trinity, okay.
So the ball tapped down, trying to gather that one in is Zigerink for Forest Hill. Quick hands there by Mowat. And the ball bombed up now here to R-Ford. Kerr tried to take the mark. Good effective spoil over the top there from Gillian. And the ball is going to beat everyone out over the boundary.
He's calling deliberate.
Oh, deliberate.
Oh,
That's
you
a very,
can't do that.
very interesting call there from the umpire.
It's 4th division, you can't do that.
And a wet day.
Oh.
And Forest Hill in a controversial free kick. They're back out to centre. Taking the mark there was Davis. He plays on quickly. Looks for the kick up now here towards the forward pocket. And, well, Gillian really not in position. And that's going to be a boundary throw-in.
That was just a kick in hope. There was no structure in that kick. If he'd stayed and been a bit patient and gone back, they may have had time to set up. They didn't have time to set up at all then, Forest Hill.
So Clayton wins the tap down, straight to Kerr, puts it straight onto the right boot and puts it
Deliberate.
just, is that out on the full? No, yes it is. So here comes the kick back in here from Forest Hill, straight back into where it came. Kerr almost took the mark, he did in the end.
Oh, strength.
And a great mark, gets a reprieve from that out of bounds on the full from the play just before it. So currently a 13-point lead here to Coldstream as Kerr boots this one up towards the centre wing area. Players fire, one of them is Newman, couldn't take the mark. Gathered in now here by McInerney. The ball spills out, gets a bump for his trouble there from Davis.
Ooh.
And that's going to be a
Head in the way of the boot.
it's a high shot and a half, and Ziegering back to take the free kick.
He's actually given him the free kick for throwing the ball.
Okay.
Beforehand, he threw the ball out of the pack.
Just as he gets his head in there for smothering
Exactly.
purposes.
So here's Gibbons with the kick now up towards centre half forward. Hilly Rotherham in the contest. 2 Coldstream players to beat, and they won out the victor. Soccer off the ground, and a foot race on here between Coldstream as that one's tapped over and going to be over the line, as unable to gather that one in was Austin McInerney, and we're going to have a boundary throw in just in front of our commentary
Because
position.
he's paid one deliberate out of bounds, they're going to be calling for it all day.
And yet again, Gillian behind. Should have probably got that ball.
So in comes the boundary throw in. Tap down, Healy Rotherham, one of the players in there, as is Gibbons, and held to him, and a few unintentional on purpose knees and elbows in that contest, and we'll have a ball up. So Clayton been winning, I would say, the majority of the ruck contests he's been in so far today. As he goes up against Palmer, wins that one again. Coldstream always come away with a footy. Good tackle there by Hodder. Cronin gets shoved to the deck, and McInerney runs this one back out over the boundary. We'll have yet another boundary throw in as the rain continues at a lighter pace here at Coldstream. Walsh now. Good contest there, knocked down by Palmer. In pursuit there is McInerney, beaten there by Zigerink. He can't handle the footy, can now, tries to get a hand pass out over the top, looking for Hodder. Cesare did a good job to try and keep that in play, does so, appeals for out of bounds, go unheralded. Grabbed in there by St. Cryer and Creek. It's finally back over the boundary, and we'll have yet another boundary throw in.
It's a hot contest.
Yeah, it is.
Some big bodies going in, and if you're not going to keep your wits about you, you might lose your head. But it's fantastic to watch as Pincott comes into the tackle for Forest Hill, and his opponent was Dan Price, who disposed of the ball with hand pass and then just taps it out of bounds for his saviour. As they hold ground, Coldstream. Forest Hill haven't done much attacking this term. Coming the tap was Palmer, but he flat-handed it and it didn't go too far, and the pack just jumps on the ball and will give it back to the umpire. Just outside the 50-metre arc as Forest Hill look to get their second goal for the term. But they've been very accurate, thankfully enough, for their cause. 4 straight, plays 5-7. It's a 13-point lead to Coldstream, and the ball's not going too far in consecutive ball ups.
No surprise to see Ziggery at the bottom of that pack. He's been in and under everything.
So the umpire's pointing out who the ruckmen are. Balls it up, 60 metres out from the Zebras' goals. Palmer gets beaten with a tackle over the top from Clayton. In there and hard is Brown. On the ground, he hand passes it up, gets it to a teammate, but 2 men come in for the Zebras to tackle, and the ball's still 60 metres from their goals. It's going to be Palmer versus Walsh. The lightly built Walsh gets up high, but Palmer wins this tap. But at ground level, it's Craig, the skipper for Coldstream, kicks it up and under to half forward. Defenders work it nicely between themselves with a little kick, and now a hand pass. Tackle flies in, turn over to Contreras, just puts it on the left boot and puts it to half forward, and he's happy to get some touch. 30 metres up and 50 metres around from Coldstream's goal.
Palmer unlucky not to get a free there for a high tackle.
So it's half forward for Ray Baird. Will get boundary before the ball in.
It was the best elbow neck lace I've ever seen, boys.
So it's...
Haven't heard that one for a while.
Craig he put his head over the ball, but he just couldn't pick it up at half forward, so the tackles fly in now, and it's been held up. Only moments ago it seemed like it was just in all territory for Forest Hill, but now it's Coldstream who push it forward. Over the top goes Walsh. A second tap he does do, but it's going to win out the back to Creek. Creek hands it over to his teammate, and Forest Hill with the up and under. They don't clear their defence, and at ground level, what can Coldstream do? The tackle flies in from Healy Rotherham, but his opponent didn't have the ball, so it'll be a holding the man decision, and Dickinson claims it. He'll kick it inside 50. Flyers come at it. Bit of an indiscriminate fly and just got his legs taken out. We'll wait for that Coldstream player to get up in a moment as Forest Hill try to clear, but the kick goes into the corridor where Verstegen picks it up, hands it to the runner of Price. Price spears a kick in. It's nicely marked again, and Coldstream will have a set shot from 30 metres out. So a turnover in the corridor are always dangerous.
Yeah, that was just a terrible, terrible kick out of defence there, and it's going to hurt them badly now.
And there's the siren for half-time, an important kick at goal. 5-7 plays 4 straight. And I think that's Mitch Edmonds, if I'm right.
Yep.
Mitch Edmonds, who's kicked 1 goal this term, looking to put the lead out to 19 points from 30 metres out. He puts it through the middle, and the Cougars all come together. They're wrapped with the finish to the second term. It's 6-7